There comes a time when the best thing you can do is nothing at all. Yes, nothing, because when you stop forcing, stop chasing, and stop worrying, life begins to flow in miraculous ways. The universe is designed to work for you, not against you. But it can only do so when you step aside and allow it. Stop forcing what's already meant for you. Life was never designed to be a battlefield where you fight for what is already yours. Yet so many of us exhaust our minds and hearts trying to control every outcome. We chase people who are walking away. We push for doors that are closed. And we obsess over timelines that do not align with our soul's rhythm. But when something is truly meant for you, it will flow into your life with ease, not struggle. Forcing things creates resistance, and resistance blocks the very blessings you are longing for. Think of the seasons. You cannot force winter to become spring overnight. Nature doesn't rush, yet everything is accomplished. The tree doesn't push the leaves to grow, it allows the process to unfold in perfect timing. The same principle applies to your life. When you force, you are acting from fear. The fear that if you stop pushing, you'll lose what you desire. But the truth is, what is meant for you will never miss you, and what is not meant for you will never stay, no matter how hard you fight for it. Many times, the reason we force, because we don't trust. We doubt that life has our back. We think we need to make everything happen by sheer effort, forgetting that we are co-creators with a higher power. Forcing things is like pulling on a flower to make it bloom. It only destroys the beauty that would have blossomed on its own. What you really need is not force, but faith. Faith that the universe knows the timing. Faith that your desires are already in motion. And faith that you are worthy of what you seek. When you stop forcing, you reclaim your peace. You start to see clearly what is aligned with your spirit and what is not. Relationships become easier because you're no longer clinging to someone to validate you. You understand that love should feel like home, not like a constant battle for attention. You stop begging for doors to open because you trust that the right doors will swing wide effortlessly. Life becomes lighter when you let go of the weight of control. Sometimes the delay you're experiencing is not a denial. It's protection. That job you didn't get might have led to stress and misery. That relationship that ended might have been keeping you from your true soulmate. Life sees what you cannot see. So instead of asking, why isn't this happening now? Ask, what beautiful thing is life making room for? The shift from forcing to flowing begins when you surrender that question to the universe and allow the answer to unfold in time. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means releasing the desperate energy that keeps you stuck in fear. It means saying, I have done my part, and now I allow the universe to do the rest. This is not laziness, this is wisdom. The energy of force comes from scarcity. It whispers, if I don't act now, I'll lose everything. But the energy of surrender says, if it's mine, it will come. If it's not, something better will. Which one feels lighter in your heart? Which one feels more loving toward yourself? When you stop forcing, you make room for miracles. The call you've been waiting for comes when you least expect it. The opportunity you prayed for shows up when you are relaxed and grateful, not when you are anxious and controlling. You attract what you are, not what you chase. So when your energy is calm, trusting, and open, life responds with grace and abundance. That is the beauty of allowing. That is the magic of faith. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am safe. I am supported. Everything meant for me is already on its way. Say it again until you feel the truth of it sinking into your being. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right on time, aligned with a universe that is always conspiring in your favor. Your job is not to force. Your job is to trust and receive. Stop forcing. Start allowing. And watch how everything falls into place, better than you ever imagined. Trust the process of life. Those words may sound simple, yet they hold a profound truth that can completely transform the way you experience the world. Life is not a straight path. It is a journey filled with twists, turns, pauses, and detours. Each step, even the ones that feel uncertain or uncomfortable, is leading you to where you are meant to be. The problem is that we often resist this process because we want to know everything now. We want answers immediately, we want guarantees, and we want outcomes on our timeline. But life doesn't work like that. Life flows according to divine timing, not human impatience. When you trust the process of life, you step out of fear and into faith. You let go of the need to control every detail and start to believe that something greater is guiding you. The challenges you face are not punishments, they are lessons. The delays are not denials, they are redirections. Every single experience, whether joyful or painful, serves a purpose in shaping you into who you are meant to become. But to see this, you must trust. Trust does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part and then releasing the rest. It means planting the seed and allowing it to grow without digging it up every day to check if it's sprouting. Too often, we sabotage our own progress because we lack patience. We want instant results, and when they don't appear, we assume something is wrong. But think about nature. A tree takes years to grow strong and tall, yet it never doubts its process. It simply reaches toward the light every day. If nature trusts its timing, why can't we trust ours? Sometimes life asks you to wait because it is preparing you for something greater than you asked for. That opportunity that hasn't shown up yet. Maybe you're being equipped with skills you'll need when it does. That relationship that ended. Perhaps life is making space for someone who truly aligns with your soul. What seems like a setback might actually be a setup for something extraordinary. But you can only see this when you stop fighting against what is and start trusting what will be. Trusting the process requires surrender. Surrender is not weakness. It is the ultimate strength because it takes courage to release control. Your mind will tell you, if I don't manage everything, everything will fall apart. But the truth is, the more you try to control, the more anxious you become and the harder life feels. When you surrender, you open the door for miracles because you are no longer blocking the flow with fear. You are allowing the universe to do what it does best. Organize everything in perfect order. Think about the moments in your past when things didn't go as planned. Yet later you realized they worked out better than you could have imagined. That job you didn't led you to a career you love. That heartbreak led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and eventually to real love. Those experiences were proof that life knows what it's doing. When you remember this, trust becomes easier. You begin to understand that even in uncertainty, you are safe. Even in chaos, there is divine order working behind the scenes. To live in trust is to live in peace. It means waking up each day and saying, I may not have all the answers, but I believe life is guiding me to where I need to be. It means letting go of the question, how will it happen? And replacing it with, I am open to however it unfolds. It means affirming, everything is working out for my highest good, even if I cannot see it right now. Trust is a practice. Every time fear whispers, what if it doesn't work? Respond with, what if it does? Every time doubt says, you're behind, remind yourself, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. Each moment you choose faith over fear, you strengthen your ability to flow with life instead of fighting against it. So take a deep breath. Release the need to know every detail. Stop demanding that life prove itself to you. Instead, open your heart and say, I trust the process. I trust the timing. I trust that what is meant for me will never pass me by. Let those words become your anchor. The more you trust, the more life surprises you with blessings you didn't even know you needed. Trust the process of life because life loves you. It has always been guiding you, even in the moments you thought you were lost. Keep walking. Keep believing. Everything is unfolding in perfect order for your highest good. Release control and embrace flow, because control is one of the greatest illusions we hold on to in life. We convince ourselves that if we plan enough, push enough, and worry enough, everything will happen the way we want. But the truth is, no amount of control can force life to move before its time. When we cling to control, we create tension, resistance, and fear. We shut ourselves off from possibilities that are far better than anything we could have imagined. Flow, on the other hand, is where peace and miracles live. Flow is the art of allowing life to happen while remaining grounded in trust. Think about water. Water never struggles, yet it always finds its way. It doesn't force itself through the rock. It flows around it and eventually shapes it with patience. This is the beauty of embracing flow in your life. When you release control, you begin to move like water, soft yet powerful, flexible yet unstoppable. You stop exhausting yourself with endless what ifs and start breathing in the truth that what is meant for you cannot be taken away. The more you try to grip life with clenched fists, the more it slips through your fingers. But when you open your hands, you create space for blessings to land. Control comes from fear. It whispers, if I let go, everything will fall apart. But fear is a liar. Fear wants you to believe that your worth is tied to how much you can manage and manipulate. Flow, however, speaks a different truth. Everything is happening in perfect order. You do not need to force. You do not need to fight. You only need to allow. The energy of allowing is powerful because it aligns you with the rhythm of the universe. Life moves more smoothly when you stop swimming against the current. Releasing control does not mean you give up on your dreams. It does not mean you stop taking action. It means you take inspired action without attachment to the outcome. It means you do your part and then trust the process for the rest. So many people believe that control equals security, but in reality, the more you try to control, the more insecure you feel. Why? Because life is unpredictable. No matter how much you plan, there will always be things beyond your control. Other people's choices, timing, unforeseen circumstances. When you accept this truth, you free yourself from the burden of trying to manage the unmanageable. The beauty of flow is that it doesn't require you to have all the answers. It only asks you to take the next step that feels right and trust that the path will appear as you walk it. When you live in flow, you stop needing to know exactly how everything will unfold. You stop demanding certainty and start embracing possibility. You learn to say, I don't know how, but I believe it will happen in the best way for me. This shift changes everything because now you are operating from faith, not fear. Some of the most magical moments in life happen when you least expect them, when you're relaxed, open, and present. That's because flow creates space for synchronicity. When you're not clinging to your rigid plan, you become available to new opportunities, new paths, and new blessings. What if the very thing you're chasing so hard is trying to come to you in a completely different way? You would miss it if you were too busy forcing your way through. Flow invites you to loosen your grip and allow life to surprise you. Ask yourself, where am I holding on too tightly? Where am I trying to control what isn't mine to control? Then take a deep breath and let it go. You don't need to carry the weight of the entire universe on your shoulders. You were never meant to. Your job is to trust, to show up with love, and to keep your heart open. The rest will align in its own time and in ways far greater than you can imagine. When you release control and embrace flow, you step into a life of peace and possibility. You no longer wake up feeling tense and drained because you're not fighting against reality. You're flowing with it. You start to feel lighter because you know you don't have to do everything alone. You begin to experience more joy because you trust that everything is unfolding for your highest good. So let go, take a deep breath, and say, I release the need to control. I trust the wisdom of life. I allow everything to unfold in perfect timing. Say it until you feel the weight lift from your shoulders. You are safe. You are supported. And when you choose flow over force, life responds with grace and abundance beyond your greatest dreams. Silence your inner noise because most of the battles you fight are not in the outside world. They happen within your own mind. Every day, countless thoughts race through your head. Some are loving and supportive, while others are filled with doubt, fear, and criticism. That constant chatter creates confusion, stress, and anxiety. It keeps you awake at night, questioning every decision and second-guessing every step you take. You end up exhausted, not because of what's happening outside, but because of what's happening inside. When your mind is loud, you can't hear the quiet voice of your intuition. You can't feel the calm guidance of the universe because the noise drowns it out. The truth is, silence is not empty. It is full of answers. In stillness, clarity rises. In quiet, solutions appear. Yet, so many of us resist silence because we are addicted to the noise. We scroll endlessly. We talk constantly. We fill every moment with distractions, thinking that being busy equals being productive. But noise doesn't always mean progress. Sometimes it's the reason you can't move forward. The inner noise of overthinking, self-doubt, and fear keeps you stuck more than any external obstacle ever could. Learning to silence your inner noise is not about shutting down your mind completely. It's about creating space between you and your thoughts so you can choose which ones deserve your attention. Most thoughts are like passing clouds. They come and go. But when you believe every thought, you give power to lies. A thought like "I'm not enough" is not the truth. It's just a story your mind created, often based on past pain. When you believe it, you suffer. When you observe it without attachment, you reclaim your peace. One of the simplest ways to quiet the inner noise is to return to your breath. Your breath is your anchor. It pulls you back to the present moment. Where fear has no power, try this: close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale slowly. As you do, imagine releasing every worry, every what if, every judgment that has been weighing on you. With each breath, feel yourself coming back to center, back to a place of calm and safety. Even a few minutes of conscious breathing can reset your mind and clear the fog of overthinking. Silence is also about creating stillness in your environment. Set aside time each day where you put down the phone, turn off the TV, and allow yourself to just be. At first, it might feel uncomfortable because the mind will resist. It will try to pull you back into the noise, but stay with it. Listen beyond the chatter, and you will notice something profound: the gentle whisper of your inner wisdom. That voice has always been there, guiding you, but it speaks softly. You can only hear it when you are quiet enough to listen. When you silence the inner noise, you start to feel lighter. You stop reacting to every fear-driven thought and begin responding from a place of peace. You no longer rush into decisions just to escape uncertainty. Instead, you move with clarity because your choices come from intuition, not panic. This is how you create a life that feels aligned and effortless, by listening to the wisdom within, not the chaos around you. Remember this, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You have the power to let go of any thought that does not serve your highest good. Each time your mind begins to spiral with noise, pause and remind yourself, I choose peace over fear. I choose calm over chaos. Repeat it until the tension melts away. The world around you will always have noise. Opinions, expectations, demands. You can't control all of that, but you can control what happens within. And when your inner world is quiet, the outer world loses its power to shake you. True strength is not in shouting louder than the noise. It is in being so grounded in your own silence that the noise no longer matters. So today, give yourself the gift of stillness. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let the storm inside settle. Silence your inner noise, and you will hear the voice of truth, love, and peace guiding you forward. That is where clarity lies. That is where freedom begins. And that is where your greatest power resides, in the quiet spaces within you. Believe without evidence, because faith is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is easy to believe when everything you desire is in front of you, when the signs are clear and the path is well lit. But true belief is born in the darkness, when nothing makes sense, when the circumstances seem to contradict your dreams. That is the moment where your inner strength is tested. Can you trust what you cannot see? Can you hold the vision when everything around you tempts you to let go? Most people wait for proof before they believe. They say, I'll believe in love when I meet the right person. I'll believe in abundance when I have the money in my account. I'll believe in healing when I feel no pain. But this is not how creation works. Belief does not follow evidence. Evidence follows belief. What you hold as true in your heart becomes your reality over time. The world is a mirror reflecting your inner state. If you only believe after you see, you will always be waiting. Believing without evidence requires trust. Trust in yourself, trust in life, and trust in something greater than you. It means deciding, even if I can't see it yet, it's already on its way. Even if nothing looks different right now, everything is moving for my highest good. This is not blind optimism. It is a deep knowing that the universe operates by laws that respond to faith and energy, not fear and doubt. Every time you choose belief over disbelief, you align with those laws. You step into the flow of possibility instead of being stuck in limitation. When you believe without evidence, you create space for miracles. Doubt closes doors because it signals that you don't trust the process, that you don't believe you deserve what you desire. Belief, on the other hand, opens doors. It says, I am ready. I am willing to receive. And life responds to that readiness in ways you cannot predict. Opportunities come. People appear. Ideas surface. Everything begins to align. Not because you forced it, but because you believed it was possible. Holding belief without evidence is not always easy. Your mind will fight you with logic. It will point to the current reality and say, look, nothing is happening. It will remind you of past failures and tell you why things can't change. This is where you must become stronger than your doubt. You must choose the voice of faith even when fear is louder. Faith says, why know it's on its way? Faith says, I trust that every step I take brings me closer to my desire. Faith says, it is done. To strengthen your belief, you must guard your thoughts and your words. Stop saying, I don't see it yet, and start affirming, it is already mine. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. It believes what you tell it repeatedly. So tell it a story that empowers you. Visualize your dream as if it has already happened. Feel the joy, the relief, the gratitude now, not later. The more real it feels within, the faster it manifests without. Remember this truth: the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean nothing is happening. Seeds grow in the dark before they break through the soil. Trust that what you desire is growing in the unseen. Life works in ways beyond your understanding. It is always rearranging circumstances, connecting dots, and preparing blessings that will come at the perfect time. So today, make a decision to believe. Not halfway, not with conditions, but completely. Believe in your worth. Believe in your dreams. Believe that the universe is on your side. Say it out loud. I believe even when I cannot see. I trust that everything I desire is already on its way. Repeat it until it becomes your truth. Let this belief shape your actions, your words, your energy. Faith is the greatest force you can hold. It turns the invisible into the visible, the impossible into the inevitable. When you believe without evidence, you become unstoppable because you are no longer waiting for life to prove itself to you. You are creating the proof through your unwavering trust. Hold that vision. Keep that faith. And watch as life reveals what was already yours all along. Celebrate every sign, no matter how small, because signs are whispers from the universe that you are on the right path. They may seem insignificant at first, but they are proof that something is shifting in your favor. The problem is, most people overlook these signs because they are focused only on the big outcome. They want the final manifestation so badly that they ignore the small confirmations along the way. But those little signs are what build your faith and keep you aligned until the big breakthrough arrives. When you set an intention, the universe begins to respond immediately. Energy moves. Opportunities start forming. But before the full manifestation appears, it often comes as a series of signals. Gentle reminders that you are supported, that what you asked for is on its way. It might be seeing a specific number repeatedly, hearing a song that speaks directly to your situation, or meeting someone who mentions exactly what you've been thinking about. These are not coincidences. They are evidence of alignment, and they deserve your attention and your gratitude. Celebrating small signs matters because it trains your mind to focus on what is working instead of what is missing. Your brain is wired to look for evidence that matches your beliefs. If you keep saying, "Nothing is happening," your mind will filter out the signs and show you more lack. But if you choose to notice and appreciate every little signal, you create momentum. Gratitude amplifies manifestation. The more you celebrate, the more signs you will see, and the faster your reality will shift. When you notice a sign, pause and acknowledge it. Say, "Thank you. I see the confirmation. I trust the process." This simple practice does two powerful things. It strengthens your belief and it aligns your energy with receiving. You move from doubt to trust, from impatience to peace. And when you are in that state of trust and gratitude, you become magnetic to what you desire. Sometimes the signs will come when you are feeling discouraged, almost as if the universe is saying, "Don't give up now." You might be ready to quit, and suddenly you hear someone speak the exact words you needed. That is not an accident, that is divine timing. Life always sends encouragement when you need it most. But you must be open to see it. If you are too busy complaining or comparing your journey to someone else's, you will miss those gentle reminders that you are moving forward. Signs are also an invitation to stay aligned. When you see a sign, use it as a moment to check your energy. Are you thinking thoughts of abundance or scarcity? Are you acting from faith or fear? The sign is a nudge. Stay on this path. Keep your vibration high. Respond by affirming your intention again. Smile. Feel gratitude as if your desire is already fulfilled. Every time you do this, you are creating the vibration that attracts the outcome, even if the sign seems small. Treat it as something big. Why? Because what you appreciate expands. If you only celebrate when the full manifestation arrives, you miss the joy of the journey. But when you celebrate along the way, the journey itself becomes beautiful. You start waking up excited, looking for signs everywhere, because you know the universe is always communicating with you. And when you live in that state of awareness and appreciation, life becomes magical. Think about this: a plane changes direction with tiny adjustments. It doesn't make a sudden turn. It shifts little by little. Those small signs are your tiny adjustments, keeping you aligned toward your destination. They are proof that you are in motion, even if the finish line is not yet visible. So celebrate every little confirmation like it's a big win, because in truth it is. It means your energy is working, your intentions are heard, and your manifestation is on its way. So the next time you see that repeating number, that unexpected opportunity, or that piece of advice that feels divinely timed, stop and give thanks. Say out loud, "Thank you, universe. I see you. I trust you. I am ready for more." Let that gratitude fill your heart. Let it remind you that you are never alone on this path. You are guided, supported, and loved every step of the way. Celebrate every sign, because each one is a stepping stone toward your dream. The more you celebrate, the more signs you'll see. And soon, the small signs will lead to something big, something you once only imagined but now can hold in your hands. Keep believing. Keep appreciating. Your miracle is closer than you think.